Hello, I'm here doing a framing inspection. I just want to show you guys what I'm finding. This is very critical that we catch these things at the time of the framing before it gets covered up with drywall. Here you can see a triple header that was actually cut by the guy who put in the flue for the fireplace. Here's the fireplace. You can see right here on the side how that was installed, and you can see where they actually cut the header. Not only that, they came in and cut the wall stud, and if you notice over here, there's the stud way up there of the actual exit of the flue, and there's not even a header up there to transfer that wall stud load. Okay, so that's one. You can see where they actually cut it, and if you notice up there, it actually transfers a huge beam load. That orange beam comes down here, and you're supposed to have 3-piece header that transfers the load down to the slab. But you can see what has happened here is that this thing has been severed or cut by the guy who installed this chimney, fireplace chimney there. You can see right here where they actually cut it. I'm going to show you some other things. The guy who installed the stairs did a number on this. You can see where they actually cut the wall studs. I don't know if you can see it. I marked it with the orange to accommodate the stairs. Notice what kind of damage they did over here. They actually cut the stud that transfers the load. Show it from this side, you can see. So these things are all going to have to be repaired and done properly. If you notice over here, this is right below the stair stringer, and as you follow it down, you find out there's absolutely no load or plate, sole plate at the bottom. I'm going to go over here. There's another place where they actually cut the wall stud to put in this riser, and notice there's no proper load transfer. I'm going to go over here. Let me show you some stuff about this wall. This whole wall right here, when I put a slight hand pressure on it, it actually moves excessively. So if you come over here, you'll find out that they're missing anchor bolts like this one over here, where I marked it with orange. And notice that's supposed to be a single sole plate, and it's actually a 2-piece that they puzzle piece together. Notice right here, the anchor bolt is actually missing the washer and the nuts. There it is again. So this whole wall will not have been supported. Look at this anchor bolt. It's actually not even fastened down all the way. There's an anchor bolt missing right here. Anchor bolt missing right there. This is on the front wall. There's supposed to be 2 anchor bolts right there, and both of them are missing. And this is a steel door that's going to have to be supported by that wall. Here also, one of the anchor bolts is missing. We also identified several walls that are actually not straight. We actually put a level. You notice this wall stud was off. That wall stud is off. This wall stud is off. So it will cause a bow in the drywall when they install it. I'll show you something else here. This is supposed to be a strap, a shear wall strap, but that strap doesn't go all the way up to the plate. That's supposed to go all the way up to the plate. See over here? It's a brand new home, folks, and it's missing the strap all the way up to the plate. Now here's a anchor bolt again. You notice it's missing just the way it should be. And that one is missing washer and nut. So we follow down over here. That's another couple of places where it's missing. See right there, is missing. So it's a very valuable inspection that we provide. I think if you look carefully over here, those joist hangers are actually, those joists are actually twisted, and this one is actually broken right there. So those joist hangers are not hung, so when you put a drywall on it, the drywall is not going to have a flat surface. Something else. Same thing with the anchor bolts right here. Here's one that's missing it again. This wall stud is bowed, so when you put the drywall on there, another wall stud that's bowed, another one that's really bowed. This is a shear wall per the engineer. If you notice, there's no anchor bolts on the shear wall. By code, you're supposed to have that. A lot of anchor bolts missing on this home, right there. We even go behind the shower pan, and you notice over here, we marked it. It's missing the anchor bolts there, even all the way down there. So these wall studs will cause the drywall to be wavy because they're bowed. Either they're protruding outward or they're inward. Okay, let me go one here. Here's another shear wall. There's my son helping me today. Say hi, Sam. So you can see right there the anchor bolts are not fully installed. And these anchor bolts right here, they're supposed to be centered, but look at that, they're all on the edge. You see that? That's wrong. It should be in the middle of the sole plate. Look at this. So that really defeats the purpose. This one has actually damaged the sole plate. Yes, sir, this is happening here today in Flower Mound on $1 million home. And, you know, we're seeing this thing over and over again. And this homeowner is very happy. He wants to write to the president of the company to tell them that they really need a QA process to catch these things. A lot of this stuff is actually in their drawing, engineer drawing, but they're missing it at the installation. All right, so this is called a shear wall. A lot of homes don't have this because they're not being engineered like they should. And if it is engineered, then the engineer writes it up, but a lot of times the framers don't follow it. Here's another shear wall inside the house. Oh yeah, I want to show you this also, the balcony. This nice curved Juliet balcony is not properly supported. It's got one 2x member that's put at an angle. And you notice over there the beam that goes across right there where it's nailed to the other beam is missing the joist hanger. So it needs to have a joist hanger like this that hangs that beam to this other beam. Lots of issues, but I'm glad we were able to help. Here's another wall. This is about a 25-foot wall, all windows. When I slightly push against it, the whole wall moves back and forth. So they need to add a lot more king studs to support that wall. It's a beautiful house. When it's finished, it will be real nice, but we're helping the customer achieve a real good, move into a real good house where he doesn't have to worry about all these problems later. All right? I'll sign off now. Thank you for joining me.